Are you ready to change your life this year? Well, if so, I have something for you. Greetings 2026, evidence-based self-help. So I recently opened a blog post, and it was by a guy named Dan Go, and he had an operating system for making, it was like a blog post for having a successful year. And it was all evidence-based, or so I think he's a pretty solid evidence-based guy for the most part. And but I took his blog post and I put it in Perplexity, the AI, and I asked it to summarize the blog post for me, give me the takeaways, what has strong science in it, and give me an operating system, a refined operating system with all the latest current evidence-based strategies for succeeding at this year, like optimizing, achieving my goals, etc., etc. So it busted it out, and I was kind of busy. I was actually listened to most of it. I put it on an audio feature. I listened to it. Then I started chatting with ChatGPT on some unrelated topics, but then I brought up like, hey, I talked to Perplexity. It gave me a different operating system. What do you think about this? I gave it to ChatGPT. It looked through it. It gave it a thumbs up. I think it had its own little refinement. So I said, like, give me a refinement of all the latest strategies, all evidence-based on science, and put an operating system. It put something long together. I started reading it. It looked good, and then I said, like, you know what? Because it gives you, it asks you all kinds of questions, like write down like what your goals are, and lots of different questions. It's like kind of like almost like a workbook. So I said, how about rather than doing a workbook? Sorry, let me turn off my car. Sorry. Rather than a workbook, we could do like a workshop, like where you ask me, like we have the operating system, and you need to ask me questions, so whatever questions you have in this workbook thing you just wrote up, just ask me them. And I happen to have a long drive today. I still have a long drive ahead of me, and I had it ask me the questions for like what my goals and we just did this conversation. I'm actually not done with it. I've been doing it for probably about an hour or so, and I have more driving to do, and I'm going to continue it. I had to refine, like I communicate with ChatGPT, by the way, via audio. Different people do it. There is a way you can record. You could either press the button where it's live conversation. Sometimes I find there's some issues with that, in that it's sometimes interrupts itself. It hears its own voice. So sometimes instead of that, you can do where it records your voice, converts your voice to text, then it responds in text, and then you can convert its text into audio. Anyway, you could look into that if you don't know how to do any of that. But anyway, while I was driving, we were doing the workshop. I still have I have a couple of hours to drive tonight. You don't have to do this while you're driving, by the way. You can do it while you're on a walk, in your home, I don't know, wherever, whenever, however. And so far it looks really promising, and I find it very, very thought-provoking, inspiring. It's like working with almost like a coach, evidence-based coach. So that's what I thought to share with you. Happy New Year, happy 2026. I'm wishing you a successful year. I personally appreciate taking advantage of AI. I thought to share that with you. So blessings, and thank you for listening. Peace.